What I have here is what's known as a cobbler. In this case, it's a T-style cobbler. What it does is breaks out your GPIO pins on your Raspberry Pi so that you can more easily access them through a breadboard. Kits like these can really help you develop your soldering skills, and they're really not that difficult to put together. This kit just consists of your board, a connector for your ribbon cable, and 2 lengths of header pins that will connect to your breadboard. In the background here I have a contraption for holding circuit boards while you solder them. Now the first component I'm going to solder to the board is the 40-pin connector, which goes here, and this is a very nice board in that it shows you exactly how to orient your component. There's a white outline and a little rectangle in there showing you which way to install it. Now that rectangle is telling us to put the side with the notch in like so. Now to hold this on here, because we will have to turn this upside down, I'm going to put some rubber bands . Try to get it on here so that it's between the pins, so it doesn't push the connector out. So I want it to sit down right up against the board. Like so, and I think that'll be good enough. Now we're set up and ready to solder, and what I'm going to do is solder a couple of pins on one end and then switch to the other end, solder a couple of pins, and that'll securely hold the header in the board while we solder the rest of the pins. Now to keep the parts from overheating, I'm going to jump around from side to side, from here down to here, back up to here, and just kind of do a crisscross pattern so I'm not putting too much heat into any one area of the board. And then once I have this secure, I can remove the rubber band to have access to the other pins. Not exactly the cleanest job, but not too bad for the level of work that I do. And it's certainly a lot better than when I first started soldering. So, same technique as before. Make sure I have a clean tip on my iron. And I'm going to solder the pins on the end first. Like so, to hold the headers in place. Here we are with the board installed on my breadboard, just to give you an idea. The only problem I find with this technique, and even using a board such as this, if you want to take it back out of the breadboard, it's kind of a pain, because you have to work it back and forth, up and down, up and down, up, down, a little bit at a time to get it back out. And I usually end up bending the pins at one end or the other. So do be careful if you use this technique. There you have it. To finish this, all I need to do is solder each of the pins, just like I did with the 40-pin header. And then clean off the residue from the flux, and we're in business. Thank you for watching.